Hey look, I'm a meme from, like, for 2 days. Ooh, there's salt up my sleeve! Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking. Tonight I'm going to teach you how to make a skirt steak with a chimichurri sauce. Here is a picture of it on a salad, as I think we're going to put on a salad. Tonight I'm drinking Crown and Coke. Oh, sorry, cola. This is the drink of choice of fine guests such as Brit and Rain. They also left liquor at my house, so I'm drinking it. Tastes like sugar. Okay, so I got skirt steaks from Kroger, and there they come. You can only buy the half ones. They come in these packs. Somewhere it says half. But anyways, we need to get these out of their packages, and because we are lightly cooking these, we need to bring them to room temperature, which is a scary process for some people who are dumb and don't understand how food works. All right, so steak stir. It's pretty weird looking. You can see this one right here is folded, and that's what it looks like. It looks like a long belt, a bunch of garbage on it. It looks ugly. It's actually a very tasty cut. And then here we have this one. He's long. That's not gonna fit in my grill pan. So ideally we would be grilling these on like a barbecue, probably a charcoal barbecue. It is dark outside, so I'm gonna show you how to cook this in a grill pan, which was obtained using Patreon funds. So I figured it was time to actually use it and show you how or why or when and sometimes what you would use it. What was the one I forgot? Who would use it? You would use it, and I would use it too. Ta-da! So just like, because the grill pan's not that big, we're actually gonna cut our skirt steak into more manageable portions. Let me show you. That fits. That doesn't fit. And something you should do, but I don't know how much patience I'm gonna have for it. You should try to trim up the sinew and the fat as much as you can. So you see all this stuff here? You can take a small knife, try to cut some of that off. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just that, like, because we're cooking this lightly, this particular kind of stuff is not gonna taste that good. It won't have time to render into like a nice delicious fat. It'll just be a chewy, shitty fat, which we don't really want. And this you'd use small cuts like I'm doing. Try to remove it. See what I'm doing there? But it doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. I am going to let these marinate in a bucket. And the reason I'm gonna do that is that I think buckets are funny. So, steak in a bucket. So I'm gonna keep trimming, and then I'll show you what a bucket full of steak looks like. So, unless you wanna watch me trim steaks for the next couple minutes, I recommend the editor cut out all this footage, or just stop filming. Instead of just cutting to the next part of our show, I wanted to use this time to rant about skirt steak. So, you know, like, different foods trend. I mean, there's like a whole business of making foods trendy and popular and that kind of shit. You know, magazines like Bon Appetit, and I don't know any others because that's the only one I ever really read. You know, they'll give you ideas, and then you'll see like the same advice over and over. And one of the more popular items has been skirt steak. And this is because skirt steak is delicious. But what you'll always see, they always describe it the same way. They're like, skirt steak's a cost-effective alternative to more expensive cuts of meat. And what I think that is evidence of like the New York bubble or LA bubble or wherever the f they are. Because basically skirt steak is delicious. I mean, it's true. It's very yummy, but it's not cheap. It's only cheap if like you're used to paying like out the ass for like the most expensive meat or like the nicest meat or like organic. So someone like massaged the cow from birth kind of stuff. It's not cheap. It's also pretty hard to find sometimes because like I'm pretty sure that there's only one skirt steak per cow. So at any rate, I was actually kind of blown away. Maybe this is just like, shut up, Iggy. I was kind of blown away at Kroger that they had like loads of these things. They had like, they're all individually packed. You know, I think you could probably skip this trimming step if you wanted to. What a pain in the ass. Anyways, I just don't think that, I don't think you're gonna be saving any money by buying skirt steak, if you can even find it. Give that one a little wash. All right, so here's our bucket of steak. Wow, we need that to come up to room temperature. Takes about 30 minutes to do that. So, but you might as well make good use of this time. And we're gonna prepare the chimichurri sauce. It's basically some herbs in oil. And one thing that's common, you're supposed to like hand chop it. I ain't got time for that. So we're gonna put it in a blender. It's gonna be a nice green sauce. And who gives a shit? I mean, that's really all I gotta say about that. So tonight we're also featuring for the first time the new blender! Wow! This thing's high powered, does the job, it's kinda scary. Don't have the flame stickers for it yet, but we'll get those. I'm just gonna put some shit in there and it'll become chimichurri. That's how you cook. So starting off, we want a pepper. This is a jalapeno. However, this seems to be a controversial ingredient. A lot of chimichurri sauce is not even spicy. But I say, what the heck, let's pump up the flavor and just go for it. So we chopped off the cap and in it goes. Additionally, I've got this shitty shallot here. It's old, decrepit, kind of weirded me out a little bit. All right, that looks bad. So shallot. There's one bad dog. Who hired him? Just smashing the garlic to make it easier to peel. 2 cloves of that. All right, so the herb options. They all have parsley. Some only have parsley. Cilantro is popular. Oregano occasionally. Basil occasionally. But I feel like if we put all of them in there, it'll just be like bizarre and weird. Also, some people use mint. So I'm definitely gonna use parsley and cilantro. I have basil and oregano. Maybe I'll throw a little in. I don't know. You're making some green herby thing. All right, cilantro. Looks kind of wonky. People always tell me there's poop in cilantro. I always think about it every time I use it. We're gonna have to kind of eyeball this because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go with a handful of parsley too. You know, the most flavorful herb of all. Put in some basil, cause why not? A couple sprigs, I guess a couple leaves, not sprigs. Oregano, looking questionable, just a tiny bit. All right, and you need olive oil. I'm gonna go 3/4 of a cup. Hopefully I have that much oil. And red wine vinegar. I'm gonna use about a 1/2 cup of that. This is very similar to it's like a herbal vinaigrette. And a generous portion of salt. Don't be skimpy. And maybe a little pepper. That's really it, I think. Some people add some lemon juice. I feel like I'm just making salad dressing, really. But it's not a steak dressing for your salad, so I guess it's a salad dressing. We're gonna pulse it. What pulsing allows you to do is like more roughly chop things. This is weird. That's pretty chimichurri-like. Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, that's chimichurri. Probably could use more herbs, but whatever. I think that's good. Now I'll pour it back in, add more herbs. I'm gonna add more herbs. More parsley. So another handful of each. Yeah, it smells more herby. Looks weird though. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so you have the option. You can marinate the meat in a chimichurri. You go wait like 3 hours to do that. You got that time? Me neither. So we're just gonna let it sit there. Probably just dump some salt on the meat. Probably should have salted all of it. What the f ever. We'll salt it again before we grill. So we'll just leave that there. Probably gotta wait like 20 more minutes on the beef. So we can either make side dishes or we can go do something else. Also known as other things. We'll be back. We'll be back. I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna drink a lot. That's what you should fill your time with, is copious amounts of drinking on a weeknight. Another one. I think that was what my little brother once told me. You gotta mix the drinks half and half to conserve soda. You always run out of soda first. That's my brother. Does Crown just taste like nothing? Is it that smooth?
Do you want me to try it?
No, it's my drink. We will be back. Kind of drunk. Let's make some steak. All right, grill pan. Step 1 at grill pan is make sure that it is cleaner than it was. This is a non-stick grill pan. We're gonna preheat our skillet here, medium-high heat. And I think I'm gonna use some cooking spray. I think that's really the way to go with these kind of things. You don't need it because it's non-stick, but you know, better safe than unsafe, right? I guess by that logic, like, that would be like, use a condom if you've had a vasectomy. So I guess that doesn't always apply. Tonight has gotten suddenly weird. All right, we're not gonna be able to cook these all at once. We'll have to do these in rounds. But that's okay, cause you gotta let them rest anyways. I like to get a plate there, waiting. All right, this is skirt steak number 1. The pan is no way preheated, so we're not gonna do anything. Hold on. I almost got ahead of myself. All right, let's grill. We can do 2 at a time. Salt it and pepper it. And it already smells great. Now you don't want to overcook this. If you're like a well done steak kind of guy, don't bother eating this because it's just gonna be chewy. Which I guess if you like that, that's fine. Do what you want, you dummy. But you gotta think about, like, if you're a well done steak kind of guy, that's how Trump likes them. So gotta reconcile that fact. Where'd my drink go? It's been about 3 minutes. That's not very long, but I think they're cooking. Look at this. You're already like, put it in my mouth, please. This one looks less good. But that's what you want it to look like. Looks amazing. I'm gonna put that beef inside of me. It's getting smoky in here, even though we got the windows open. Smells like flavor to me. Looks gorgeous. I like salt. I am surprised how fast these steaks are cooking, but I think it's because they're smaller than a conventional skirt steak. These are half of a skirt. But you look at that, it's gorgeous. This guy, that side did a little better. Maybe we'll just leave him. And on to the next one. It's a weird cut, but it's yummy. We will continue cooking these till they are complete. Complete the meat. Comply! Why is it so smoky? The windows are open. I don't think this is effective. I couldn't breathe. All right, we got. I was not prepared to make a salad. Critical error on my behalf, but also what the f ever. So this is gonna be a pretty measly salad of lettuce, onions, and carrot, because that's what I have available. Fancily put the onions on. So nice. I gotta cut the steak too. All right, let's pick the steak that's been resting the longest. Okay, it's time for the money shot. Oh yeah! So you cut it into strips like this, and if you cooked it like this, it's a little bit more done than necessary, but you can see it's a nice medium rare. And you know that's gonna be delicious. Oh, I forgot the carrots. Can't forget those. How do I get into it? Here we go, that carrot sprinkle. It's so beautiful. Then you take your pieces of meat, some of them, and arrange them perpendicular to your salad. But that's probably good. Good serving. And we will chimichurri across the tapuri. You can pour it directly, or you could use a spoon. We will carefully pour like so. Bada boom, bada bing! And that's a fancy meal right there. I guess. Something. I just want to say that the shittiness of the salad underneath really detracts from the quality of what's on top. In an ideal world, I would have put this on arugula. Kroger didn't have any arugula. In fact, they had basically no lettuces. Probably put some tomato and avocado. Also did not have any of that. So, what the ever. Let's eat the meat. It's not fork tender. It's delicious, but really chewy. Maybe I should have marinated it. I love it. I'll have to chew this plate for a long time. I'm not even kidding. Ah, delicious. Maybe cut it thinner. Maybe marinate it. Maybe get a better quality skirt steak. But tastes good, so. Why you always bother me? But anyways, that's how you do it in a way. Probably not the best way, but at least okay. Maybe even pretty good. Okay, bye.